And this one is 얼마나 는지 모르다. And this expresses emphasis, right? So you want to emphasize a verb, you put it in between 얼마나 verb, 는지 모르다, or adjective, verb or adjective. In Korean, verbs and adjectives function similarly, but the grammar points change a little bit if it's a verb or an adjective. And if you're not sure, because sometimes it is confusing, like I was surprised, you'd think surprised would be an adjective, right? It's explaining, it's describing a state of emotion or something. But no, actually, no, 놀라다 is actually a verb. So you're actually being surprised. So you can check on Naver Dictionary. I'll post a link in the bottom for Naver Dictionary, so you can check. It'll say 동사 or 형용사. So for this, it's almost like you don't know how much blah blah blah, right? Tired, 피곤, 얼마나 피곤하는지 모르다. You don't know how tired I was, right? So you're emphasizing a point. So here we have 너는 얼마나 피곤하는지 몰라요. You don't know how tired I am, right? So you're emphasizing the point that you're so tired. And this is very colloquial, right? So this is like when you want to go out with your Korean friends and, you don't want to speak all grammarly. You want to just, speak naturally. And, this is a very good casual grammar point you can use in every day. 얼마나 나나 는지 몰라. It sounds very natural, and I'm sure you can impress some people if you use this properly in the right context. And next one, another one, you could say like 요즘 얼마나 바쁜지 몰라. Right? So I'm so busy these days. So however you want to imagine in your mind, either you don't know how blah 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 something is, or I'm so busy, right? So you can, you don't want to memorize it as one specific line in Korean or English. You don't want to think about a translation. You want to just think of the meaning, right? What are you trying to convey with this point, right? You don't want to memorize so it's like it's so, or I don't know how tired I am. That's for reference, right? You want to just imagine this as you're emphasizing a point, right? And roughly translates into, so busy these days, or you don't know how tired I am. But the main thing you want to remember is you're emphasizing a point. And this can be really good in everyday speaking of Korean. And our last one is 얼마나 놀랐는지 모르겠습니다. So, in this case, as far as I understand, 모르다 at the end is always in the present tense, and the point you're emphasizing can be past or present. So in this case, 놀랐다 is to be surprised. I was surprised, or surprised. And you can see that in this case, the verb or adjective you're emphasizing is conjugated into present or past. And that's how you show a past tense. So I was tremendously surprised, right? You don't know how tremendously surprised I was before, right? How amazingly surprised I was. So, and another thing you need to know is for verbs, it's 하는지. This is for verbs. You just add 는지 to the base, right? You don't conjugate the base of the verb and you just throw on 는지. And for this case, it's a busy is actually a adjective. You're describing a state or a feeling. So it's actually a description. Although I said sometimes it gets a little tricky, but generally 바쁘다 is a adjective and it ends in a vowel. So you just add the nian to the bottom. And that's the same for any adjective that has a vowel at the end. You add the n to the bottom. So it's not 바쁘는지. No. It's 바쁜지. And then for past tense, since there is the 상시ot at the bottom of all past tense, you add nunchi.